This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Errol Spence Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Kell Brook, Errol Spence, they had their press conference yesterday, and this is a fight that I've been very excited for. I honestly can say that there's no fight that's currently signed right now that's going to take place that I am more excited for this fight. And for many reasons, I think the style matchup is very intriguing. You have Errol Spence, in my opinion, who I've said in every video that I've ever made about him, probably pretty much, that he is the best body puncher in the welterweight division, and I think that's going to take him very far in the sport, no matter which weight class he campaigns at. On the other hand, you have Kell Brook, who I believe has the best jab in the welterweight division, and who I also rate very highly. I believe he's the #1 most skilled welterweight on the planet, and I've wanted him for a while to get those opportunities, and here we are, May 27th, signed, sealed, delivered. Errol Spence, Kell Brook, a great style matchup for the IBF title at Bramley Lane, home of Sheffield United, in Kell Brook's hometown of Sheffield. So, very excited about it to begin with. But now I'm even more excited about it because yesterday we had this press conference with Errol Spence and Kell Brook, and I didn't even know that was taking place. And honestly, even if I did, I wouldn't have expected much from it because I've been around Errol Spence and we've seen him in interviews. He's not much of a talker. He's really not much of a talker. So Errol Spence, I've never been the trash talking type. Kell Brook, as well. He's never been afraid to run his mouth. So I like both fighters, and the press conference got me more excited. So what I want to do with you guys is I want to listen to some of the press conference. If you want to stay for all this, I want to listen to like the first 8 minutes because they were going at it. They were going at it in this press conference. So here's what it is. Kell Brook was talking about Golovkin and whatnot, and you had Derek James, Spence's trainer, who was basically saying that he's getting too much credit for a win. And I'm gonna let you guys listen to it, and I'll give my thoughts after. Here's what was said.
Made about your weight. Obviously, you're saying that you are the biggest, strongest welterweight in the world, but there were people that thought you should maybe go back at light middle because of obviously fighting at middleweight. How happy are you with getting down to 10 stone 7 and being strong when you do it?
I'm definitely not happy about it, but I'm an experienced fighter. I know what I need to do. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm so determined to come in, leave no stone unturned. Follow the diet to a T. Don't be sneaking downstairs in the kitchen and going in fridge. None of that's happening in this fight. I've got to be meticulous. I've got to make sure I do everything. Because I'm coming here, for mine and my uncle's dream to be here at Bramall Lane, and I'm gonna bring so much energy from my fans. It's going to be a fantastic night for everyone in Yorkshire.
Is that as much a motivation for you that it's here at Bramall Lane, outside in front of your people, that it's against Errol Spence, this brilliant American?
Brilliant American, yeah. We're gonna see how brilliant he is, but if he's as brilliant as he says he is, it's gonna bring out the best in me. I'm gonna draw so much energy from all the fans here. It's gonna be a fantastic, spectacular night. So the fans are going to get a fantastic treat on the 27th of May.
You've always liked being up against it, the underdog with Sean Porter out in the States. I think Eddie was saying that the bookies are making Errol Spence favourite here. Does that spur you on? Do you relish those opportunities?
Of course I do. Everybody's got their own opinion. Nobody's really seen the real Kell Brook, and I believe we're going to get it the 27th of May. I think this is my time. This is for me to go out there and show exactly what I've got. I'm gonna need everything in this fight, I believe. And I'm gonna go out there and do it.
You say you need everything. Is that because of the dangers that he brings, the southpaw speed and skills? Just sum Errol Spence up as a fighter.
I've not really seen all this. I've seen little bits of him, but he's looking the part. But like I said, he's never fought anything, not even come close to anything like me. So we're gonna have to see. He could spar with Mayweather and all these. That's sparring. When you get under here, and every one of my fans wants his blood and it's a proper fight. That's when we're gonna see what it's made of when I hit him on chin with one of these. That's what's gonna happen.
It's a good part right here. Good part.
James.
Derrick James goes in right now. Watch this.
Triple G. That's a fight he lost. Let's talk about the fight he won. So, there are no consolation prizes in boxing. So, but if you keep talking about a fight that he gave a good effort in, that's giving him a consolation prize. Sugar Leonard moved up to fight Marvin Hagler and beat him. Sugar Leonard moved up to fight Daniel Lalonde and beat him. He can keep talking about that. Let's not talk about if y'all giving him a victory for taking the fight, give him a victory for getting stopped in a fight, the reality of it is that he did not win a fight. So nobody ever talks about the fights that they lose. So let's not talk about the fight that he lost. He's in a bigger fight now than he had then. Just because that guy was a bigger guy means nothing. He was slow. He had slow feet. And
so basically, you can draw comparisons to Leonard Bundle when Kell was a 40-year-old has-been passed-up fighter. You can draw comparisons all day long. It makes a difference.
We're not talking.
You can win against, you can lose against a good guy, and you can beat a rubbish guy. It's the same. It's the same. So Leonard Bundle, we can take nothing from it. People were raving about that victory, but it doesn't mean anything as much as it was Golovkin.
I haven't mentioned it.
But I have.
But what I'm saying is this is that.
So we're not talking about Golovkin. We're talking about Kell Brook. Spence. That's all we need to talk about. We don't need to waste time. We've talked about that fight.
Fight with Triple G. He quit in the fight with Triple G. The fight was over. He didn't say no. Don't stop the fight.
No, I didn't quit. I stopped the fight.
I know.
Stopped the fight, and luckily I did.
You need to realise,
Spence was going to get his chance.
Show that belt. Show that belt.
His chance to take this belt.
This is all you're gonna do. Look at it. It's just staying here.
I'm knocking you out.
Confidence in
Promise
Spence.
you're gonna be a man there. Promise he's gonna be a man.
Watch what happens when I get my hands on you,
I
bro.
don't know what a chocolate. What is a chocolate brownie? What is it?
When I leave there,
That's-
watch what happens.
Chocolate brownie. You named it that?
One truth is,
That's so lame. Chocolate brownie.
That's the truth.
You get cootie points for that?
Come on, man. This is mine. It's staying here.
We'll see.
Well, no, you get.
We'll see.
The reality of it is, the night of the fight, you
Made
can
a big
keep that
mistake,
anyway.
Mike.
Yeah, alright. We gonna see.
We're
gonna see.
Yeah, they're gonna send a new one out.
I'm gonna
You
go
can keep that.
sightseeing
They're
around
gonna send a
Sheffield.
new one out.
That's what you're gonna go away with. Sightseeing, not this. You understand that, yeah?
You a clown. We gonna see.
We'll see about that, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about a loss. You want to keep.
We're still talking about Golovkin. Can we just move on? We've gone over that one. Time.
No,
Too much
you want to
time.
get to keep that. But we don't get the new
No,
one.
this is staying
They're
here.
gonna send us a new one.
Yeah, no.
All right, yeah, okay.
You can come again.
Alright.
Yeah.
Dude had two good rounds with Triple G. Wow. Willie Monroe did the same thing.
Look.
Did the same thing. You had two good rounds with Triple G. You hyped out there. You living out there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what you've
How
got.
long you been pro?
The difference is
How long you been pro?
Kell Brook finished on his feet and Monroe
How long you
finished on
been
his
pro? You only
back.
fought two fighters since you been pro. Sean Porter and who? And Triple G.
That's it.
And how long you been pro?
And your
How long I
fight.
been pro?
And your fight.
What's your record? What's your record?
Who have you actually boxed?
Your first 25 fights. Your first 25 fights.
One
Where's your
decent
opponent
win.
wins?
One decent
Where's
win,
your
Errol.
opponent wins your first 25 fights?
It's Algeria.
Who's the best guy you boxed? Who's the best guy he's boxed? Can anybody tell me?
Best guy you box.
874 losses.
Got a good guy.
Was your?
How many wins?
Who's the best guy you boxed, Errol? Who is it? Tell me the best guy you think you've boxed. Tell me. Who is the best guy?
Chris Algier.
Right, that's your best guy. All right, that's your best guy. Our best guy, apart from Golovkin, in the fight that we won was Sean Porter.
Ethan.
That's our best guy. Right, and you beat Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri, 10 stone, light welterweight guy.
I give him props for Sean.
That's
give him props
it.
for
Exactly. So the best guy you
props for
boxed is Chris Algieri. The best guy we boxed and won is Sean Porter.
I give him props for
That's it. That's the comparison.
Props for that, though.
So the press can make their mind up. You can make your mind up. We already know. The best guy we lost to was Golovkin. Fair enough. Yeah, we did. But the best guy we beat was Sean Porter, which is still 10 times better than Chris Algieri.
But listen, if Sean Porter's the best fighter, that means nothing. That means nothing.
We're gonna find out. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we definitely gonna find out. Took you long enough.
Can't wait to find out.
Took you long enough. That's your new name now? Alright, we gonna see.
You got little bitty small guys, you for real, man. Come on now.
Come on.
That means nothing.
No, see,
Mike Tyson was a killer until he went into a boxer.
I can both. All right.
Wasn't he?
We're not thinking of moving up to a we're not thinking of heavyweight. We're just talking about this one welterweight.
What I'm talking about, when you show your muscles like that, muscles mean nothing.
You can't put muscle on your chin.
This is not a flex.
You can't put muscle on your chin. You can't do that.
I know you can. Yeah. We didn't listen. We like the fact that you can fight, that you are a good fighter. It means nothing to beat somebody who can't fight. It means something.
And Errol's had plenty of experience of that.
It means something.
All right, so I'm gonna cut it off right there. That's a lot to take in. A lot of truth being exchanged, a lot of trash talk being exchanged. But this is boxing. This is what we want to see, man. Two guys that are near the top of the weight class, two of the best fighters in the world in the weight class, one of the best style matchups you can possibly get in all boxing. I'm excited for it, man. Now, Kell Brook's team is right. You know, Errol Spence has fought. He's fought, Phil Greco, if you want to count Phil Greco. He fought Chris Algieri, which is his best win. And, the notable names on Kell Brook's resume are like Sean Porter, Gennady Golovkin, who we lost to. A couple guys that I know maybe not be big names, but Carson Jones, Matthew Hatton, guys like that. Still more notable guys on his resume than Errol Spence due to the fact that he's been a pro longer, and that's just what it is. But a lot to be excited about. Errol Spence also made a great point. He said, "Hey, you got stopped in the 5th round by Gennady Golovkin. You only won 2 rounds. Guess what? William only won 2 rounds. I mean, you don't see him prancing around like the way you are about the fight." So I think a lot of truth was said in the press conference. I think both guys are supremely confident that they can win this fight, and not just that, it's a great style matchup. Now, I've already said on many times before who I think will win the fight. I think Kell Brook will beat Errol Spence. Now, I don't know what the odds are. If what they're saying is true, then I guess Errol Spence is a slight favorite going in. But I think Kell Brook is going to win the fight. And it's not a knock on Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence is a tremendous fighter. I think, to be honest with you, Kell Brook is probably the only guy. Kell Brook might be one of the only guys of the younger welterweights that I think, Errol Spence would lose to. But everybody else, Thurman, Garcia, Porter, everyone else, I think he beats them, and beat pretty soundly at that. So it's not a knock on Kell. I just think style-wise, because boxing is about styles. I've said many times. I have a video. You can go look it up on my channel. Errol Spence will destroy, in capital letters, destroy Keith Thurman if they ever fight. I believe this to be very true because Keith Thurman can't take body punches. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence has shown many times in many fights, whether he was against bad opposition or not, he has some talent in cutting off distance and cutting distance, not necessarily cutting the ring. I think that still needs to be tested, but cutting distance and getting closer to his opponents to plant on the inside and get those body shots off. He's shown that. Now, we're not going to know to what degree he can do that until he fights someone who's going to be a world-class fighter, but thus far to this point, based on what I've seen, Errol Spence can do that and do it very, very well. So, my overall assessment is, and it's maintained true since this fight was first signed. And I remember, shout out to my boy Sean Tattel, the boxing voice. We were at his house, and I was showing him some different fights that I saw of Errol Spence, and showing him some different fights that I've seen of Kell Brook. And I was pointing out to him different things as to why I think Kell will beat Errol Spence. I think, obviously, Kell has a better jab. That's number 1. Number 2, Kell has better foot speed. And number 3, Errol Spence. It's funny because a lot of people that I know that have sparred with Errol Spence or that know Errol Spence, I don't want to say know Errol Spence, but a lot of people that I know that have been around Errol Spence in some gyms, they always try to rationalize me that, Errol's this great defensive fighter and he just hasn't been able to show yet because he hasn't fought anybody. But my thing is, and this has always been my philosophy, no matter who you are, if you're an A-level fighter or you're the best in your division, you never fight down to the level of your opposition. I have a big problem when fighters do that. And if you show leaks in your defense against bums or guys that people would deem as bums, then if you're gonna show leaks against Alejandro Barrera, you will definitely 150% show leaks in your defense against Kell Brook, and I think he's gonna show enough flaws in his defense for Kell Brook to be landing straight right hands all night long, and I think Kell will get a unanimous decision victory in a very entertaining fight. Now I could be very wrong. Maybe Errol Spence walks through those punches and just goes to work on Kell Brook and he opens up the rotator, the injury in the eye socket and gets an accumulation stoppage. That's very possible too. But based on what I've seen from both fighters, based on these skill sets, based on what we know, I think Kell's a better fighter. And that's not just for Errol Spence. I think Kell's a better fighter than everybody in the weight class except Manny Pacquiao. Everybody else, I think he's at least a notch or two notches above them. And that's just what it is. The only way, in my opinion, he loses to Errol Spence Jr. And granted, this is my opinion. You have yours, I have mine. The only way I think he'll lose to Errol Spence is if, and I don't want to make excuses for him, but the only way I would think he'll lose to Errol Spence is if he's not the same Kell Brook that was a welterweight. Now, if he shows in the fight, maybe those first couple rounds or just throughout the course of the fight, that his punches are sharp, his speed is on point, and all that stuff, and he just happens to get beat by the better fighter, then that's fine. But if we see him sluggish from the get-go, no steam on his punches, things like that, then I just think he should be fighting at welterweight. So that remains to be seen. But I think for me, he took the fight, so we're not going to make excuses for him. I want to see a good fight. I want to see what Errol Spence is really about, because he, to be true be told, as impressive as he's looked, the only guy he's ever really fought with any real foot speed was Chris Algieri. But Chris Algieri is a natural 140-pounder who campaigned to welterweight. Meanwhile, Errol Spence has admitted himself, and people who want to say Errol Spence is a weight bully are so justified in saying that, because he is. He walks around at like 180 pounds. He said it himself. He walks around at 180 pounds. He's a big guy. I've been around a lot of these welterweight fighters. I've seen Danny Garcia in person. I've seen Errol Spence in person. I've seen Terrence Crawford in person. Errol Spence is huge. He's big for a welterweight. And he's been fighting guys who are, he cuts a lot of weight from 180 all the way to 147. He cuts a lot of weight to make that welterweight limit. And he just beats up on smaller dudes. So that's not impressive. This is the first fight where we're really seeing him fight someone. Maybe he has a slight size advantage, but this is not Chris Algieri. This is not, Phil LaGreco on 1 day's notice. This is Kell Special K. Brook, a fighter that has seen Gennady Golovkin, one of the most destructive forces in boxing. And, Derek James, shout out to him. He is a good trainer. I can't take away that he is not a good trainer, but Derek James has said some questionable stuff. Like I remember when Errol fought Chris Algieri, he was talking about how Errol did what Manny couldn't do, and he was like, Manny Pacquiao has no boxing skills, and Errol did what he could. Like, come on, man. He says some blasphemous stuff, and he talks about, Golovkin was slow, and he was this, and he was that. Like, if he really feels that way about, his guy and these fighters, he needs to make these fights happen. I mean, find a way to make them happen. But he's never really fought a top class fighter. At least with Kell, we can say he's fought Golovkin, the #1 middleweight in the world, and Porter, who at the time was undefeated, had several big wins. People want to forget this. They can say, it's Sean Porter. But Sean Porter is still a really good win. He was undefeated. He had just beaten he had blew out Malignaggi. He's better than pretty much, maybe gave Malignaggi the biggest ass whooping he ever took. And on top of that, also beat Devin Alexander when he was still, looked at as a top class fighter. So Sean Porter was a good win for him, and we'll see what happens, man. That should be a good fight. I think it's going to be, to my opinion, the best welterweight fight of the year. I thought that about Garcia Thurman, but it was a massive letdown for whatever reason. But hopefully this fight lives up to my expectations, and we'll see what happens, man. But let me know what you guys think. The Errol Spence, Kell Brook press conference, what did you think about it? Who do you think will win and why? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.